Are we really alone in the universe, or have we already made contact with extraterrestrial life? The 75th anniversary of the Roswell event is just around the corner, and with it comes renewed interest in the infamous incident. Did an alien spaceship crash in the New Mexico desert, and did the US government cover it up? Join us as we delve into the mystery and explore the evidence, theories, and controversies surrounding Roswell. Hello, and welcome back to Iono 6, where we discuss everything about innovation, construction, and future civilization. In today's video, we'll be talking about what happened in the Roswell UFO incident. So, without wasting time, let's get started. The story of Roswell begins. On July 8, 1947, the Roswell Army Airfield issued a press release stating that they had recovered a flying saucer from a nearby ranch in Roswell, New Mexico. However, just a day later, the military retracted their statement, claiming that the object was merely a weather balloon. This sudden change in explanation sparked widespread speculation and suspicion among the public. The story of the Roswell incident begins on July 2, 1947, when rancher William Mac Brazel discovered strange debris on his property. The debris included fragments of metal, rubber, and other materials that he could not identify. Brazel initially assumed that it was the wreckage of a downed airplane, but when he heard about the reports of flying saucers in the news, he became suspicious that it might be something else. Brazel reported his discovery to the local sheriff, who in turn informed officials at the Roswell Army Airfield. The military quickly dispatched a team to investigate the site, and they reportedly recovered the wreckage of a crashed aircraft and several bodies of small humanoid creatures. The military initially claimed that the object was a weather balloon and that the bodies were crash test dummies used for military experiments. However, many witnesses came forward over the years claiming to have seen the wreckage and the bodies of alien beings. These witnesses include military personnel, local residents, and others who claim to have been involved in the recovery effort. Despite the military's insistence that the incident was nothing more than a weather balloon, the Roswell incident has continued to capture the public imagination for decades. It has been the subject of countless books, movies, and TV shows, and it remains a source of fascination and debate among UFO enthusiasts, conspiracy theorists, and skeptics alike. While the truth about the Roswell incident may never be fully known, it has had a significant impact on popular culture and our understanding of the possibility of extraterrestrial life. The incident has sparked a renewed interest in UFO sightings and extraterrestrial encounters, and it has helped to shape our perceptions of the unknown and the mysterious. Roswell debris discovered. The discovery of the strange debris in Roswell quickly became national news, and the story spread like wildfire. Within hours of the military's announcement, newspapers across the country were reporting on the flying saucer that had been captured in Roswell. The Roswell Daily Record, a local newspaper in Roswell, New Mexico, ran a front-page story with the headline, "RAAF Captures Flying Saucer on Ranch in Roswell Region." The story described how the military had recovered a disc-shaped object from a nearby ranch, and how officials believed it to be a crashed disc of extraterrestrial origin. The story captured the public's imagination, and soon, people all over the world were talking about the Roswell incident. Conspiracy theories and speculation began to circulate, and many people began to question the government's official explanation of events. Over the years, numerous witnesses have come forward claiming to have seen or been involved in the recovery effort of the Roswell debris. Some have even claimed to have seen the bodies of alien beings that were supposedly recovered from the crash site. U.S. military reversal. The U.S. military's reversal on the Roswell incident remains one of the most controversial events in American history, with ongoing speculation about what really happened that day. The military's initial explanation that the debris was from a weather balloon was met with widespread skepticism, especially given the sensational headlines that had been circulating in the media. However, it wasn't until decades later that a fuller picture began to emerge. Over time, a number of people who had been involved in the incident began to speak out, providing additional information about what had really happened that day. In particular, Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer who had been sent to the crash site, began to give interviews and make public statements about what he had seen. Marcel claimed that the debris he had collected was not consistent with the weather balloon, but rather seemed to be made up of materials that were not of this world. He suggested that the military had covered up the true nature of the crash and that the public had been deliberately misled. Despite these claims, the military continued to insist that the Roswell incident had been nothing more than a weather balloon crash. However, in the 1990s, new evidence emerged that seemed to contradict this official explanation. In 1994, the US Air Force released a report on the Roswell incident claiming that the debris had actually been part of a secret military project known as Project Mogul. This project involved the use of high-altitude balloons to monitor Soviet nuclear testing, and the debris recovered from the crash site was said to be part of a balloon train. However, even this explanation has been met with skepticism, with many researchers suggesting that it does not account for all of the evidence that has been collected over the years. Some continue to believe that the US government has been engaged in a deliberate cover-up of extraterrestrial activity and that the truth about the Roswell incident has yet to be fully revealed. Whatever the truth of the matter may be, the Roswell incident continues to capture the public imagination and remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. As new evidence and theories continue to emerge, it seems likely that the debate will continue for many years to come. The Roswell UFO mystery deepens. The Roswell UFO crash has been a topic of fascination for over half a century. The story began in 1947 when a flying saucer allegedly crashed in the New Mexico desert. The US military's initial statement was that it was a weather balloon, but conspiracy theorists have long argued that the wreckage was that of an extraterrestrial spaceship. The Roswell incident was largely forgotten until nuclear physicist turned ufologist Stanton T. Friedman uncovered the tale in 1978. Friedman was tipped off that a retired military veteran, Jesse Marceau, had a compelling story to share. Marceau claimed that the weather balloon explanation was a ruse and that the photographs had been manufactured, with weather balloon debris used in place of the real wreckage. He said that everyone participating in the recovery was certain that the object was an extraterrestrial spaceship. Marceau's account sparked renewed interest in the Roswell incident. Researchers delved deeper into the mystery over the next few years, tracking down many of the important individuals, identifying additional witnesses, and attempting to piece together what happened. A number of retired military officers who had been stationed at Roswell corroborated and added to the crashed spacecraft tale. They reported finding strange metallic debris, including fragments of a lightweight yet extremely strong material that could not be cut or burned. They also claimed to have seen bodies of extraterrestrial beings at the crash site. The descriptions of the extraterrestrial beings varied, but they were generally described as small, with large heads and eyes, and slender bodies. Skeptics contended that the witnesses were merely giving the researchers what they wanted to hear, inserting themselves into the story as a joke or to gain attention. However, the eyewitness accounts, combined with the military's initial reluctance to reveal the truth, created a powerful narrative that has captured the public's imagination for decades. Books, documentaries, drama series, and a movie has been produced about the Roswell incident. The idea of a UFO crash has become so ingrained in pop culture that even people who have no interest or belief in UFOs have probably heard about Roswell. In conclusion, the Roswell UFO crash tale has captured the public's imagination for over half a century. While skeptics maintain that the incident was a weather balloon, many eyewitnesses and researchers believe that the US military covered up the recovery of a crashed extraterrestrial spaceship. The truth about the Roswell incident remains elusive, but it has become a cultural touchstone and a subject of fascination for conspiracy theorists and UFO enthusiasts. The Roswell incident occurred in the 1990s. The Roswell incident of 1947 has become one of the most famous UFO conspiracies in history. Over time, the story absorbed other UFO conspiracies, with claims that the extraterrestrial craft's debris was carried to Area 51, where attempts were made to reverse engineer it. Such plots would later appear in films and television shows. In 1995, a video surfaced purporting to show an alien autopsy that was allegedly linked to Roswell, but it was later found to be a hoax. In the 1990s, the US government started its own inquiry and issued two findings, the first in 1994 and the second in 1997. The second official assessment, released on the 50th anniversary of the disaster, was likely overly optimistic. The US Air Force argued that people had confused the 1947 disaster with testing in the 1950s. However, the Roswell tale had become the UFO community's hallmark case, and Roswell embraced its legacy by opening a UFO museum and holding annual activities to commemorate the occasion. The Present Day Roswell. In recent years, the subject of UFOs has moved from the fringe to the mainstream in the United States. This began with two New York Times articles in 2017 that disclosed the existence of recordings of UFOs obtained by the US Navy and the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which investigated UFO evidence. This is significant because the US government previously stated that the official interest in the subject ended in 1969 when Project Blue Book was canceled. Congress has since held classified briefings, and several UFO-related clauses were recently inserted in the defense bill, forcing collaboration between the Department of Defense, the military, and the intelligence community to solve the enigma. The 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident is also noteworthy, as it is back in the spotlight and serves as a sort of ground zero for the UFO phenomenon. While we may never unravel the mystery, the narrative relates to our broader obsession with whether or not we are alone in the universe. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Share it if you did. Like and comment on the video that you want to see next on our channel, and subscribe to see our future videos. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep watching.